this happened in my story, and I'll take about 2 minutes to share. If you know my story, I grew up pretty tough, and drugs and alcohol part of my life when I was 7 years old. Trials and tribulations, it led me to prison for 20 years. Every day, I sat in a prison cell for 20 years. When I was in that prison cell, I was in the hole, which is the lowest part you can be in life, in the prison cell. And I'm sort of angry at God. And I said, God, I said, man, you heard me crying all the time. I said, these crashing waves, you know, the heartache. I got these razor wire fences, 20 stories, 20 feet high. Razor wire fences at the bottom, crashing waves of heartache and sorrow with my kids. I said, man, will the crashing waves ever stop? God said, no, son, the crashing waves will never stop. I wasn't expecting that. You're probably not expecting that either.
Nope.
Well, there's a scripture in Proverbs that says, the heart deferred becomes sick. Right? The heart deferred becomes sick. How many things are you hoping for in your life? It is not there, you become sick. But it says the tree of life comes and it gives abundant life. And I said, well, God, I understand that my hope is deferred. I wanted freedom. What are you hoping for right now that your heart's sick? I don't know. And I said, and I know the tree of life is supposed to be you and what you did on the cross, but help me out a little bit. He says, because I know the crashing waves will never stop. And he said, son, he says, what we'll do is we'll take the tree of life and we'll carve a surfboard of hope. And he says, son, I'll teach you how to ride the waves of life. So, when your hope is deferred and your heart is sick, man, jump on that surfboard, baby. And we're going to ride the waves. Okay. So you already know my story. All right. Real quickly, I need one hand real quick. This is really important. Can you hold this real quick for me? No, don't worry about it. I don't need that. I speak pretty good. Thank you so much, Pastor. And ladies in full effect, thank you so much. Pastor T, Adria, Tiffany, that my wife met, and Grace Temple here. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me at the Wave Youth Concert. And so there's wisdom, abundance, virtue, evolution, right? But how do we acquire that? How do we acquire that? Well, as you can see, I got a couple of books. You know, some successful women and some kids. But sometimes, you know, our life is all like a book, isn't it? But what about the torn pages of divorce?
Jesus. Come on.
What about the torn pages of addiction?
Come on.
And you got the stories of kids. What about bullying? Right? What about peer pressure? Huh? What about a dead-end job and finances aren't being met? The torn pages just keep going. We all can relate to that, can't we? How many here right now, they're hiding behind a smile, but they got torn pages? I know about torn pages. I spent 20 years in prison. My life was torn apart. But then I had to come out and I had to start picking up the pieces. Right? But you know what? There's so many pieces, man. Can somebody, a couple of y'all can help me pick these up, man? Come on. Stop right there. You're filming. Stop. Get back up there. You're filming. Come on, kids. All right. No, you're filming. Don't stop. Stop right there.
I'll let G speak.
Stop right there. That's the magic of torn pages. We're not supposed to do it by ourselves. Or even with Christ. We're here to help each other pick up the torn pages.
That's right.
And it doesn't matter. We just had a hurricane. We're going to put away religion. We'll put away races, gender. We'll put everything in the community to come together what? And they'll come together for one cause. That's what Torn Pages is about. We don't have to do this alone. But what happens? What do we do with them, though? We want to put them up, don't we? Just put all these torn pages in this paper. We want to try to throw them away, but you know what? God didn't forget any of them. That's okay. We're going to get all of them. We take the torn pages, we place them in God's caring hands. You got my table over there. And what happens? God takes the torn pages and makes beautiful bracelets.
Yeah.
Out of paper. Out of paper. These bracelets are made out of paper. All these bracelets are made out of paper.
Wow.
Torn and ripped pieces of paper. When I was in that prison cell, I didn't know what I had. You guys are sitting right here right now. You don't know what I had either. When I was in that prison cell, right? I was amazed it was made out of paper. And later that evening, God came and knocked on my heart. He said, son, do you know what you got? And the one I saw a man wearing had a big cross on it. I said, yeah, God, it's about your grace and your love. And God said, yeah, but it's more than that. I said, well, it's about your mercy and your forgiveness then. He said, yes, son, but it's more than that. I said, well, it's what you did on the cross. That's what it's about. What I try to believe in and have faith in. He said, yes, son, but it's more than that.
Come on.
I'm lost. You're probably lost. I don't know anything more than that. I'm sitting in that prison cell with 17 more years to do. And I said, then what, God? What do I have? He said, son, it's a reflection of the torn pages in your life. My regret, my shame, my sin, everything. Imagine all the torn pages in your heart right now that you've experienced in your life. I was on my knees, just like right now. I relive it all the time. But you reach through them razor wire fences and the slamming steel doors and the chaos, inmates and guards, even what's going on in your life. The razor wires in your mind and the slamming steel doors and all the chaos and voices. God's reaching in and says, listen, son, I can take the torn pages of your life and create something beautiful in my caring hands. And at that moment, it gave me a hope and a peace and a strength to prevail on life's journey. And I'm here to tell you that man can make something beautiful out of torn ripped pieces of paper. Just think what God can do with the torn pages of your life. And so, what's even so beautiful, I know we got, 10 students today? 11? What you got today is it's one of the simplest ways to share your story. Because you could be wearing them and say, man, you know what's going on? And they say, no, what? Paper? Yeah. But listen to the story. It's so easy. You can say, our world's torn apart, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about the torn pages in your life? You probably got a friend or a relative that's going through a difficult time, and what do they need? Some hope, peace, and strength.
Yes, Lord.
On the back of it, it says, this keepsake's made with torn ripped pieces of paper. It's a reflection of the pages that have been torn and ripped in your life. But God can take the torn page and create something beautiful. A hope and a peace and a strength to on life's journey. And you just shared the gospel with a friend. Wow. And then only that, when you do share it, you can tell them about the Wave Conference.
Look at that. Amen.
So today, we're donating two gifts to the students. One's for you, and the other one is a giveaway to someone you know that's going through a tough time in life.
Amen.
And you can do the same thing. Thank you so much.